Alright, dudes. Yeah. Alright. Holy shit. Oh, you suck. Wi-Fi. Well, we're going to use you as an excuse to cut it. Welcome back. We're back. We're live. We got good shit going on. We got crazy shit going on. This is the fucking episode 24.
Oh, it's 24?
We're coming live. You gotta.
I'd like to welcome our very first guest.
The very first guest of all time.
I'd like to introduce myself.
You gotta scoot. You gotta scoot.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to be
No,
in.
please.
Oh, you want me to scoot in? You want
Yeah,
to scoot in?
you have to be
I want to make
under.
sure I'm small, though, man. I'm a small
You have
guy.
to. So you have to be even further. We'll go back. I'll go back.
And we gotta talk into this mic, dude.
This is the half moon.
We're gonna share.
This
So
is.
I know when I need to talk.
Yeah, you can.
I'm okay.
Wait till I introduce you.
That's fine.
I'm pulling a page out of Bobby Lee's shit. Don't talk. Don't say anything. So this is what we do.
Dim the lights in your
This
mouth.
man has scammed Blockbuster out of thousands of dollars. This man solicited a Nazi hooker one time but didn't pay her. It was great. This man has been in at least 7-8 different bands.
Wow.
The most successful one and the current one, Half Moon Day.
Boom.
Brandon.
I'm going to say this, though, just because.
Brandon, Half Moon Day.
CYA here. I cannot confirm or deny any of the stuff you just said.
I seen
I
it.
cannot
confirm or deny, bro.
Blockbuster
I
is
cannot confirm or deny anything you just said. I'm
Blockbuster
sorry, no comment.
is out of Blockbuster's out of business.
But Blockbuster is out of business, and it's funny that they're out of business
After you put them out of
I
business.
stumbled upon an epiphany, a cell.
It was a good one.
Poor. We'll
Did you
talk
know-
about that on a whole thing. But that's a good one.
All right.
But
So
Half Moon
nice.
Day.
Well, thank
Half
you for
Moon Day.
coming, man.
Half
Thank you
Moon
for
Day from
being
Half Moon
here.
Day. Thanks. This is an honor
It's
to
actually,
me.
yeah, no, it's an honor to
This is
have
an
you.
honor.
If you're
And
ever,
I think people that tune in, I think they should really.
If you're ever-
I want them to know that they're doing something awesome, and they have a place to call home for people who are really open to their mind, and they've gotten to that higher level of thinking, and they've actually want to get woke. They have a home, and that's this place. That's freaking C4L. Close for lunch.
All right.
Oh,
Close
man.
for lunch.
Thanks
Check
for the
it out.
plug.
Don't stop checking it out. I
Don't
got
stop
CDs for
checking it
everybody. You're gonna hear maybe a song today.
Cold medicine.
And the cool thing about that is, if you like a song you hear and you want to contact these guys, I've given them an abundant amount of CDs that you can
got mad CDs.
They'll send you one, or I'll pay for the shipping.
You
Okay.
got it. Half Moon Day.
Number 3 is my
Check
favorite.
it out.
Oh, dude, what
Number
are we gonna
3.
talk about today? on
Number
this
3 is my
half-
favorite.
I got a page of notes.
All right, here we go. This is what we're
We went on a
doing.
run.
This is what we're
And
doing.
we
went on a run.
We went on a run, dude.
Right. Oh, wait. This is what we're doing.
Tell me.
Number 1, right? I need the real. Okay. What's happening in the world? What do you believe that's happening in the
Okay,
world?
Grab your
Okay,
own boon,
so-
dude. Grab by the boon. If you're feeling ballsy.
Yeah, dude, this is what I want to talk about because, I mean, if you've tuned in before, then you maybe have a general idea, as I do, about the topics that we talk about or that you guys like to talk about. And I wanted to be a part of that. So I'm really honored to be here. I'm really honored to be sitting here knowing that this is a monument in
Movement.
history. Yeah, it's a movement. This is you know.
Yeah, dude.
So, and one of the things I want to talk about is perspective. I guess that's the general topic because there's a lot of different perspectives we're finding out at this time in the
And what?
world.
Okay, so what do you
A
mean?
lot of different
What do you
perspectives.
mean on
you know?
perspective?
Now,
We're gonna skip
there's
ahead.
tons of different perspectives.
Everybody knows, so you gotta skip. You gotta just skip ahead.
But I'm going to talk about specifically
Pro level.
2 different types of things. One on my philosophical level and one in the exact world. The exact world level would be the pro and the anti-Trump. Those difference of perspectives. That's
Okay.
one of the things. Without going pro or without going anti, just the fact that they exist. The fact that there is currently in our world a difference of perspective in that. There's a lot of pro and there's a lot of anti. So we have to call it
Jordan.
would you or would not agree.
Jordan.
You know, pretty
Yeah,
simple.
well,
it's a
Jordan.
pretty simple thing to agree on, right?
Yeah.
This guy.
So I want to talk about that pretty simple,
He is-
obviously going on thing, but I want to get deep with it.
He is. Okay, here we go.
Because I want to talk about the 4 elements that I believe, as we talked that triad.
Well,
When
let me-
there's four-
let me
when
tell you
when
the
you
first.
see 3 things.
Hold
when
on.
you see 3 things.
Let me tell you, wait.
There's 4.
I gotta tell you one thing
Earth,
real quick.
wind,
This guy,
Fire,
we're talking
water,
about.
and
we're-
wood.
We're
dog.
talking about Trump, right? and I gotta just get it out there. This guy is white supremacist.
Right
No.
now.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No. Mike tries to accuse me of being a Nazi every time we have a podcast.
He's
Hey.
Werner von Braun's illegitimate.
You can take me to court
Love
for this,
child.
Mikey. I believe
No,
there's
no.
a demon wrapped in flesh sitting next to me.
So
So
that's what he says.
You know, you take me to court on that, but I'll put that in writing. I'm pretty sure
Half
with a
okay.
99% some kind of certainty, there's like a demon. He wrapped himself.
Wait.
in flesh.
We fucked up.
But he's not a reptilian of any court. Okay, not like that.
Wait, hold on. Everybody, we gotta take a pause.
Okay.
We gotta take a pause. Everybody, chill out. Whoop. No, I fucked it up.
Yeah, you're gonna redo?
No, yeah, we're gonna redo it.
Full screen them.
Go get him. Get him.
You want to enter it all again, or
Do you want to fucking enter it all again?
close for lunch?
Boom.
Close for lunch.
Shout out.
Close for lunch. Close for lunch. Close for lunch. Close for lunch.
All right. Okay, we're done. All right, we're back.
That was good.
Welcome back.
That was ad-lib too. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
Here we go. Number one.
Beautiful.
I can cuss.
Listen,
Cause
Yeah.
it's just whatever.
dude, it's a family show.
Gab.com. Okay, we don't censor nobody.
See, I told you it's white supremacist. Listen up.
No. Wait, what's the .com? That again for me.
Nothing. Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. It's okay.
You don't need it.
I'm gonna watch the podcast now. I'm gonna just okay.
It's
That's what-
Gab. G-A-B. It's Gab.com. You ever heard of Gab?
Okay.
Gab was the service.
Hey, but even
Wait. Gab
Okay.
was a social media service of preference for that guy that drove through the crowd in Carolina.
that was his what? His cereal preference?
His social media preference.
What's that mean?
That's his thing. That's what his main thing was. Some people's main shit is Facebook.
Huh.
Some people's main shit is
I see you. Okay.
what you know.
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Hey, but here, let me tell you. So if we're in
Free
a
flow
consistent
information.
chain of thing, that was just like a small break, but we're still touching on topics prior to the break instead of starting new ones.
Oh yeah.
All right,
It's,
so let me
it's
just
just look at.
let
Wait,
me
hold
just
on.
say this.
Hold on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
let me just say this to
Wait.
you, bro. Let me just say
You
this
got to
to
know
you.
that it's a conversation between me and you. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah,
some
yeah.
people that are
I wanna
gonna
make sure that
listen.
I
Don't
give
talk
you-
to the
I don't
random.
I don't want you to go.
Don't
"Oh,
talk to
man,
random
none of this-
people."
None of the real we gave you. I'm gonna put over here. None of the real we gave you was usable.
No, we're not-
Because
no.
you weren't doing the necessary things
We're not gonna cut it.
to make sure that you were audible.
cut anything.
We're not gonna cut it.
Oh, don't fucking cut nothing, dude.
No.
Good, dude. That's the point
He
of.
said-
That's the
he
good
said-
part. That's the good part.
Yeah.
The
He
raw
said-
dog.
he
It's
said
the
some
raw dog going
crazy-
into a wet hole, dude.
He said some crazy shit, and he wanted to cut it. I told him don't cut it,
Mm-mm.
but we had to cut
So
one
this
of
is
it.
what I know.
I was a little bit inebriated.
You shouldn't have cut it. You might. You know what? You might even got a viewer or two or more. You can always say you're sorry.
They'll always wonder.
You can always say you're sorry, dude. Don't cut it. Be raw. And if you do truly,
Oh, I'm not
if you
sorry.
don't, you then that too. Hey, you can always fake an apology.
All right.
But
But what
Listen,
is this
even if
Wait.
if you were a white supremacist, Mike, even
No.
if you were and you claimed,
Wait.
because I know you're saying
What are we talking? Wait, hold on.
I
What?
can still sit here and
I'm
talk to
totally
you.
not.
I can sit here and talk to you.
No.
We're talking about perspective, and that would actually help the conversation. But
Okay, what are you talking about? I want you to ask
Perspective,
a specific question to this guy about perspective.
Okay,
Go.
30 seconds.
30
Boom.
seconds.
The real.
What
Go.
about perspective? What is Trump's best deed?
His best deed.
His best deed. And the concept here to make this question, so if you're like that's a loaded question, you're already assuming he has good deeds. You could make that debate, but he's here for and helping, and people can notice good things. What is his best deed? What is the best thing he's done for everybody? Not just like you. Or what do you think the best thing he's done for the world is? What is his best deed? That's the perspective. I think that's what everyone's tripping out on right now.
Yeah.
I think everyone's worried about like, oh, he's so this or he's so that. Well, hell yeah, he's this or hell yeah. But what is his best deed? What can you say you think it is? We were brainstorming. I got a few,
Yeah.
solid things I'd like to run around your minds.
Okay.
And that's what I'd like to.
So what?
But
okay.
we're going past that at some point, and we're going into aliens.
All right. Go.
Okay, so at
Yeah,
some
well,
point,
it's
I'm
aliens,
I'm
dude.
already stocking the deck with we're going from here to aliens at some point. Must happen. Raw dog down a well hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's
Yeah,
his best
no.
deed? And
Dog.
let's go with Mikey
Yeah.
first.
Okay, Mikey. Yeah, okay.
What's his best deed, homie?
Man, I was thinking about it. What is the best deed? What have I liked
Yeah.
that Trump has done? I haven't paid a lot of attention. I paid somewhat attention in the beginning and it just got lost
The
because.
economy is doing fairly well.
Oh yeah, the fucking stock market, that fake bullshit. Listen, I think the best deed was. I think he did the human trafficking, making it what is it? A public. It's like a state of emergency, or he made it like a public.
Oh, making the immigration and the public trafficking, making it a national emergency.
National emergency. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Fucking escalating it to the point that it should be at, right? Saying, so just because, and I hear that concept, I hear that debate, like, just because, it's not done yet, doesn't mean it shouldn't have been done a long time ago. Fuck it, I'll do it. And that's, like,
Yeah.
it needed to be done. No one has the balls. I want to say, I like that answer.
Yeah.
I fucking love that answer.
That was a good one.
I love that one.
Yeah.
The fucking economy is doing good.
No.
Well, that's
And-
not his best thing.
Oh, I thought that's
Well,
what you
no,
said. I
no,
thought you were
no.
saying the economy.
No,
No,
he
well,
was
Donald
just
Trump.
fuck-
Okay,
he was just fucking around.
Look, if Hillary Clinton
Mhm.
were to be
Get rid of
president.
the gab on the screen. Put something cool up.
Oh, you did? Oh, it's on the back. But you can put Half Moon Day up, dude. I got a
Yeah,
fucking
do it,
dot
dog.
com,
Do it.
dog.
Do it. Do it.
I got
Okay,
dot
go,
com.
go, go.
no,
Have
Donald
you
Trump
done
is
that?
trying to liberate the world because we have been kept under
Is he doing it on purpose?
mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it on purpose, but he's working with aliens.
I like that.
Interdimensional aliens.
Yeah.
Interdimensional.
Well,
See,
they're hybridized too, like
Well, can you
they're
guys
right
help
here,
me?
right here, right now.
Lizard
Yeah.
Oh,
people.
can you guys? No. I need to get woke on this because you guys the experts.
Just
in this
quit.
subject.
You say woke one more time, you can't have any blunt.
Oh no.
Mike's not.
Can I say woke in?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
It's
too trendy now.
Yeah,
It's like it's the hip.
It's with the
it's-
liberals. This is
Well,
Right.
I'll make up a new
that's
one
what the
right
little.
here.
That's what the faggies say. What are we gonna say?
This is
if
cool.
you want to get
There you go.
if you want to be freaking.
Do it yourself,
Yeah.
dog. There you go.
Go to halfmoonday.com/music to find some of the new jams.
That's the music. Oh shit! Yeah. Right.
Yeah, just halfmoonday.com
Now
spelled
speaking-
out. Half Moon
aliens.
Day.
You guys talking about aliens?
HMD.
But I need the definition that I need to understand for an alien because you see a lot of stuff in the movies, you see a lot of stuff, and I think like you just said, Tom DeLonge more expresses it and describes it in a different manner of how people should be viewing aliens and time travel as opposed to what you see in the cinematic adventures. So when you guys are talking about aliens, what's your perspective of like the aliens that are not the movie aliens, not what they could be, but your perspective of what they are?
You go first.
Me.
Because I need to be cautious.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Well,
I need to be more cautious.
that's one of the things that they don't.
Aware.
They don't want everybody to freak out. Here's the thing. They don't want everybody to freak out.
But
Because-
what do you think the aliens are?
Aliens are a highly advanced species that is more evolved than Homo sapien. Okay, so there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different races of aliens. They're just different organisms that inhabit different solar systems, different galaxies, different planets. Okay.
Correct.
So a long time ago,
Physical beings.
Earth, this planet.
Physical beings.
Yeah. Yes.
Physical
Physical beings. Yes.
Okay.
Well, some of the most. I mean, they can. There is dimensions, right? We know about the third dimension. That's in our visible spectrum, and then there's ultraviolet, there's infrared, and there's more dimensions beyond that, right? You have X-ray, and nano, and this and that, and whatever, right?
Particle, wave,
Right,
all that crazy shit.
right. So just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Oh, you can believe that, yeah.
Yeah. So that has a lot to do with it because if you're on a higher dimensional plane of existence, meaning you don't have a physical local body, right? You're only non-local. That means you're only energy. But you can still have like a body or like a figure.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the aliens, and then they came here
They
and
don't
they
necessarily
seeded
have
Earth.
to take a form, or they do have an energy, but
They
don't take a
seeded.
form.
They seeded.
Tuned up?
They seeded the Earth, right? Have you heard of what's that? There's a theory where
high.
that it was like the aliens like came and like an asteroid hit the Earth, and that's how.
The primordial ooze.
Is it the one where the asteroid hit Mars first?
Yeah.
Got particles from that. Then when it landed in Earth, that mixture was like the spark of life. These two planets colliding, essentially. Is that what you're kind of? I think I again.
And it was
the
like a
title
seed.
escapes me.
It was
but
like
that general theory.
It's like a seeding. So like if you're gonna seed something, they shoot this asteroid out, boom, and like if
Pollinated. It fucking
pollinated.
That was the bee that pollinated.
It was a bee?
No, it's like
Are
the
asteroids-
asteroid was a bee.
Asteroids
It
are
hit
bees.
Mars, took the pollen of Mars.
Asteroids are bees.
Landed on Earth, planted its Mars seed in Earth, and freaking pollinated that shit with what we call humans.
Asteroids.
They were aliens, but then
okay, so I'm
and then they
following.
hybridized with what were the original humans, right?
Why did I
So they
write
were
R
already-
twice?
RR.
Asteroids are bees.
So that's not the
Weird.
spark of life. That was the spark of aliens, but humans were already
Right.
chilling down there.
Right. Well,
Okay.
you can get religious with it because they have like the Enki, Enlil, the whole idea, right? They have this whole organization up in outer space, and they keep track of
They
everything.
shoot them down.
Right? And they have rules. You're supposed to follow the rules. You're not supposed to intervene. Earth is quarantined. Right? There's a whole big thing. Earth is very special. It's a unique,
Earth is very special.
It's a unique place.
And I think everyone in the world on living off would go, yeah, no, we're fucking special, dude. Like,
It's
hands
the free
down.
will.
That's common knowledge.
It's the
Earth,
Earth
is a special place.
It's the illusion of free will due to the side effect of time.
time
Yeah.
provided
And the third
an
dimension.
illusion of
It's being confined to the third dimension. It has its perks.
okay, it's being that's the flat Earth, and then looking through the hole, right? And that's why it's all.
We saw
Rounded?
this cool model earlier.
You're talking about why it's rounded,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I get.
It was
I
a
get you.
cool
That's where you're
model.
at.
This
Isn't
model. Okay, remember my bong theory?
yeah.
Okay, but the dome is not as far down. Okay, so imagine, I don't know,
No, I want to talk about
a
this.
little bit
Oh, yeah,
closer.
that's a
It's
good
it's
logo,
a
yeah.
little bit closer to the surface, and it has other holes in the top. It was kind of like this. It was right. There's the dome. There's the people, and this is the top right here, right? So we can see out of the top, and there's also slots over here, and that's where the sun and the moon come in.
Oh shit.
Through the slots. So the sun and the moon could be a lot bigger than we think. It's just our rotation that creates the day, not so much the moon rotating around us and then us getting on the dark side of the moon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just
Well,
going dead.
Okay.
I told my grandfather
Mhm.
that Mike Pence and the Trump administration, they want to go back to the moon.
Mhm.
They also
By
wanna go to Mars.
2024 to
By-
stay.
Yeah.
You know what I just read too, that if
And he said, let's send Mike Pence.
okay. You know what we just
If
read?
he- if he
Send
wants to go
exactly
so
my
bad,
Pence? Send just my-
him.
Robert Heinlein, right? That fucking Mars is a cruel mistress, or the moon is a cruel mistress. That book he wrote, he said, fucking, you can't stay longer than 6 months out the moon, and you'll never be able to come back.
Because the acclimation of the bone,
Yep.
gravity's less, so when you get back to Earth, and it becomes it's like 6 times more or something, you'll just
1/6, yeah.
1/6. Oh, so it's 1/6. Well, so now when
The
you get
moon is 1/6 the Earth's
yeah.
gravity.
So if you acclimated to that, then when you got back,
It's
essentially
dead.
you'd be now facing something 6 times what.
Ooh. Do you think that's true?
I'm open to all these. That's why I really enjoy listening to, because I'm not gonna sit here and go everything you guys say. I'm like tattooing on me because it's not true.
You
I
fucking
I
need to
open my
get that
conspiracy.
tattoo.
I want to know.
I like this. I like conspiracy theories.
I
That's
like
what
this
interests me.
perspective.
I like writing songs about conspiracy theory topics.
Ooh.
I like writing books and shorts about that kind of stuff. I like debating that. I do believe that we're in a three-dimensional we're in the third. Sorry, what I'm saying is we're in a 3D world. I am 3D. The CD's 3D. You're 3D. We're all 3D. The screen's actually 2D. If you want to know what 2D looks like.
But you're in all of them, right? Don't you think?
Oh, wait.
I believe that there's. I'm gonna go into that. What do you mean?
Tell them about your theory
Oh, okay.
from 2D. What is the third
Yeah,
dimension?
okay. So, let's say you're standing outside, right? And you look down and you see your shadow.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is that? A
It's a 2D.
shadow is a 2D representation of your third dimensional form, is it not?
It is.
Okay.
Because I'm casting.
So-
Everything's casting. Every 3D object casts a 2-dimensional shadow.
Okay. So, does that mean that you could also be a fourth dimensional object casting a 3-dimensional shadow, and you are simply just
The shadow.
the shadow?
You're the
Of-
shadow of
A
the
fourth
of a
dimensional
dimension.
Yeah.
being.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
That's a great
As,
one.
as above, so below. If it works some way for the better, it works. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Right?
But what he's
It
saying,
costs
what he's
everything.
saying is
That's why we
because-
close for lunch.
Because everything casts a shadow one-dimensional in one dimension less than it. So a 3-dimension casts a 2-dimension. A 2-dimensional thing like a screen might cast a 1-dimensional little point.
A point.
And you can kind of see that because like if you look at a projector, it's a point spreading to the wall. You know, like it's
Okay.
like the point to the wall kind of concept. And then you have us as 3 dimensions. So what's not saying we're that shadow of a 4th dimension? Our whole existence is the shadow
And
of
we
a 4th
just can't
dimension.
simply see what a 4th dimensional thing is because our eyes are limited to the visible spectrum.
But also think about what a shadow is in compared to you. I mean, you could talk to your shadow.
Exactly.
But like, how
So
dumb is your shadow compared to you? Is your shadow this big thing you should be taking serious? No.
So how dumb are we
How dumb
compared?
are we to what? How are we if
That's
we're now
what
the
I'm saying.
shadow? Think about how you perceive a shadow and what you think about shadows, and what that 4th dimension and how significant. You know, like it's a shadow.
Right.
You know, like
So if you're only if your
Yeah.
3rd dimensional form is only a shadow of a 4th dimensional thing.
But I see how that can be turned into a religious debate because if you're a person casting a shadow and you move your arm right, then the shadow moves its arm accordingly, right? So if we're a 4th dimension and they want to say that 4th dimension is a whole being, like how we're casting that, our existence, the 4th dimension thing that's casting this 3-dimensional shadow is a being. It's what you call God. It's an actual thing. It's a one solid being. And so when he moves his arm up, our world moves its arm up. Our existence moves its arm up. When he wants to move it down, it moves it down. If he wants it to go this way or right, he can control. You can kind of control a shadow, right?
Whoa.
So there's.
Well, yeah, because you're not really.
But like as he just said, if it works one way, it works all ways.
Look at
So
that.
we can't say we're not being. If we're on this as a theory, think about all the way that shadows work. If we are that shadow, then we work in the same way that shadows work.
But a shadow can't exist without you.
Without its thing above it, yeah.
Without
correct.
its thing above
So
you.
tell me how you feel
A shadow
about.
is the casting of something else.
We have gone to this website a couple times. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
It's pretty nice, and we're talking about all these different dimensions. And she has
15?
Let me get that lighter.
put together a glossary. Here, put together a glossary of what
So
she
15
believes
would be
are
casting
there.
I want to know
14
your
dimensions.
opinion on this.
Yes. So
I
check it
can't
out.
read all this right
No,
now.
no,
Just
don't
no,
read all
just
of it.
this part. Just that to that. The harmonic universe.
Okay, talk
So
about something while I read it, so it's not just me reading this.
Yeah,
but,
no, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the first. It goes through
We did a whole
the
thing.
three.
on
Yeah,
this one,
the
dog.
3 dimension. We lost the video. How crazy that we lost. That's his.
They
We went over
as
this.
electronic harassment.
Yeah.
Something.
Weird.
Yeah,
It
right.
was like.
Oh,
For
shit.
some reason, we both thought we each other had a fucking copy of the video, and we.
I don't know what these terms are though. As soon as I got past like these ones, like,
I know some of these.
That's
words.
exactly.
no, not the words, but like
Yeah, the Christos Avatar
yeah,
Matrix.
well,
That's
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, Avatar.
that is the creation.
Think about Avatar.
Yeah.
Have you seen
And
that
the-
movie?
Yeah, so that's the Matrix thing.
That's about. That's
so the fourth, the
that's
10,
pretty
11,
close.
And 12 is needed
is-
to.
that's pretty close to what we were just talking about. How you are a shadow of your higher dimensional self.
Okay.
So that is the higher dimensional.
That's
That's a term for the
okay.
higher
So
dimensional
then
being.
now I got another one for you.
Yeah,
We're ready.
If you are a really positive person and you're really helpful and you do a lot of good things in your life as a 3-dimensional creature, does that mean as above so below in the 4th dimension you're actually a bad guy? You know what I mean? Like
Well, I would be doing good
you'd
things.
be the
here.
opposite. You'd be the opposite because your shadow is like the opposite of you. No, not really.
I don't think.
No, because
what
see, my shadow as it comes at you, it comes at you.
And then what?
So I think if me coming at you is a positive and this is a negative, it goes in the same direction as you. So if you're doing positive things, that must mean your 4th dimension thing that's casting you is doing positive things.
Yeah.
And if you're doing negative
Okay,
things,
I like
it's
that.
because the thing that's casting you is almost, but again, forcing you to do negative things because you're not in control. The shadow's in control if it's doing positive or negative.
Right. If
Fuck
the
you,
shadow's
shadow.
not in control.
Yeah. So if you're doing bad things or positive things, that's because in this sense, it's out of your
and
control.
I don't think you can.
So that's no free will.
There's
It's
no.
just-
Look at this shadow.
But there's no opposite. You know.
Oh shit! There's none.
But
because
then
it's the light.
But then there's
The
no
light.
there's no opposite, or I don't think there's opposite dimensions. They're all their
They're
own
not
thing.
opposite, huh?
No, there's no opposite.
They're all- are they all
And
entangled?
I agree.
Is it a layer like a you know? Is
No,
it a
I
layer?
think the yin
It's-
yang duality is
Mhm.
part of the illusion. It's part of the matrix. It's part of
It's fake.
the simulation. It's
Fake news.
It's fake news.
Fake news.
Fake
Yin yang is
news.
fake news.
There's no duality.
You heard it here
Oh,
first.
Hey, that brings us back, dude. You guys are good. You guys are good hosts because that brings
Welcome
us back
back.
to this Trump stuff,
Tell me.
and we're talking about his deeds. And I
Yeah.
think that word "fake"
I think you
is the best deed. That is the deed, man. That fake. Everyone's gonna know him for that fake, and what you apply to where that fake goes is the best deed. That's for everybody. Everyone applies the word "fake" to his situation in a different perspective, and you could be like, "Yeah,
The
dude, he
fake
finally
president.
called out the fake news." No, he finally found out what a fake president looks like. No, he finally figured out that shit is fake in the government. No, he figured out what it looks like to have a fake campaign.
People
by
are questioning.
Russia. You know, like
He raises
people-
the question.
He said fake, and people went, "What's fake? News. What else is fake? Government. What else is fake? Existence. What else is fake? Aliens. Fake aliens." And that's how I want to tie in with Tom DeLonge.
Okay.
Fake aliens. So
I
gotta
got him
talk-
on the
fake
fake.
aliens.
I got him on the
on
fake
side.
aliens.
I want to talk about two things before
Do
we get
you
there that I
think it
haven't
could
covered.
be?
Perspective of 4, which I want to just cover for people because actually what you guys are
Oh,
talking
that
about.
shit would blow my mind, dog.
That
He
thing
likes
that
the
you
fourth.
said
He
about-
likes the fourth dimension.
That stuff that you said about the
Get
shadow.
this-
I know
get
we
this
talked about that
fucking
before. I know I
guy.
had that. So when he was talking about the Trinity, you know, the Mother, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the Mother, the Son,
right,
the
the
God.
Catholics do the
14,
I can
13,
see-
14, 15.
I can see that being the
Founder
Trinity.
flame. Look at
There
that.
it is,
Oh,
there it is, there it
Is
is.
that's what
Yeah.
you're talking
The
about?
threefold founder flame.
That's shit.
That's the one where she
Right
was
here,
talking about it.
composed of the blue ray mother arc,
Uh huh.
The Father arc.
Of
the
violet
magenta,
magenta.
and the golden son of Christos. That's gangster shit. That's what. If you understand those things, because it's not
Then you're done.
it's not a choice.
It's not a choice.
It's not a one or two choice. It's a
But-
3 choice, and then it's actually interconnected. Those how many combinations can you make with 3? 1, 2, 3. A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what,
That's why I don't think Jesus was a guy, dog. I think he was actually like he's like a
Like a religion.
it's
Like it
almost
was
like
a thought.
it's
school
a
of
thought.
thought.
It's a thought form only. He's like
A thought form.
you gotta ask Jesus. Jesus is that third flame. He's like that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He participates, but he doesn't.
the mind's
go or
eye,
fall.
or even different than the mind's eye,
It's like the subconscious or something, dog. or
because
like the
I think
fucking-
everyone can agree that when they don't talk and think to themselves in voice, there is like something in them that no one else hears. You know, if you're like, hey, in your own mind, like,
Uh-huh.
what the fuck should I do about this? But you're thinking it, it's almost like there is a voice in your head, and everyone has their own special voice, and no one else gets to hear that. And so that's like you asking Jesus something. Is that the concept we're talking
that's
about?
Weird. Well, yes, I guess if you
I haven't
ask
tried-
Jesus for something, that's like
You're not asking a
yourself,
tangent. You're
right?
essentially asking that voice in your head that you can hear
You're
when no one else
asking
can
a
hear.
voice in your head. Yeah.
So
Weird.
Because you
That's
said
you.
he's not a.
These
he's not a-
guys
You
are
said he's not a being. He's
crazy.
a thought.
He's
Or-
a thought form.
Thought form. That's
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Topa.
But
A
let me
tulpa.
get this out, dude. I gotta get this one out.
You've
So,
been
dog,
getting everything
a lot
out
of
the whole
stuff I do,
goddamn
and
time.
A lot of the stuff I do is in 4s for a reason. You know,
1, 2,
and-
3,
and-
4.
and
1,
you'll
2,
see-
3,
you'll
4.
You'll see in my
Proud of you.
works with the fiend, the freak, the foe, and the flake. You'll see these things because I believe, in a sense of like 4 options, even when you're only given like 2. Okay, so I think that's why there's the 4th dimension kind of concept works so good in this universe, in this exact reality. Because if I
Satan is in
say,
control.
you know, hey, you guys want to listen to Half Moon Day? Yes or no? You
Yes.
could be like, yeah, dude, I want to. You can also say no. That's 2 options, but you can also
Well,
be
we
like,
don't want to talk to you.
but you
then.
could be like maybe.
Later.
Can you be like, well, I'm undecided. I'm maybe. So even though I only wanted you say like yes or no, like yes or no. You want to listen to Half Moon Day? Yes, no, maybe. Then you can get up and be like, not say anything and leave the room. It's invisible. It's an invisible speech. It's the absence of, or the whole unity of. And as we're talking about like that triangle, you see a triangle of this Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
But then there's that thing that never decided to pick up, the person who didn't talk back, the thing that's just invisible, or the thing that now that it made a triangle, the whole unit. It's almost
Yeah.
one and the same. So
Yeah.
even when there's 3, there's 4 concept is how I perceive it. That's why I talk in 4s. Okay. Moving on to that, We're talking about Trump's best deed being fake. 4-letter word, bro. Fucking what? That's why I like it. It's 4-letter word, and I think there's a deeper meaning
To
than
4.
To that 4. I think it's like people need to be real aware of what this 4 means. Now, what I mean by fake and why I like that, I mean that to me, and this is where you get to see a little bit of my side. I think one of the things that he did well, and that people might reflect, like maybe he did do this, maybe he didn't.
Donald goddamn
is
Trump.
that he's
got a time machine. You know that?
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Oh,
It's
because
a
the government.
four-story
Yeah,
building.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's
Dog.
not the time machine like you think. It's a time machine like.
Baron Trump, the last president.
Baron
You know about that book?
No. Whose book? Book to be read.
Dropping bombs, dog. Ingersoll
Lockwood.
Wood.
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Oh.
Really?
About 120 years ago, wrote a book about a guy named Baron Trump that his dad goes on to be president, and he goes back in time and has this crazy trip and all this crazy similarities that is lining up with current reality.
This is an ancient book. See,
100
that's the stuff that I can't confirm or deny, so it blows my mind.
Yeah,
You
no,
ever-
Ingersoll
where
Lockwood, they
someone tells
definitely
you
wrote
something
this
where
book.
you're like, it's just on the cusp of like.
It's okay.
So legitimately.
Ingersoll,
So how
believe
you,
that.
so how I would
Turning
say
in
it
his
to
grave,
somebody.
dog. He's getting
Okay,
excited because we're talking about him.
if somebody was a skeptic guy, what I would tell them, just you keep it simple. You go, there's weird similarities between this book that was written 120 years ago and Donald Trump's son.
Really?
And it's just not a stretch to see the similarities, and if you listen, I think that's a big thing about perception. If you just the thinking is not prove it to me.
Yeah.
It is in what universe would that be true? What you're telling me about this crazy
About
chemtrails
anything
or
you tell me,
anything
yeah.
weird? In what universe is it true, and why?
And how, yeah.
And why?
Yeah.
And how? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, these fucking senators are part of this crazy pedo ring.
Pedo ring.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
say that
pedo
is
ring.
true. Show me what you
Right.
got.
So what,
And then
in
they
what
put-
universe would a bunch of high-profile politicians be in? Could be involved in a ring that is killing little kids.
Making money.
In what reality could that
They say
possibly exist?
your-
Could that even exist in our reality?
They say you're worth.
Because is that more likely to exist in our reality than a unicorn?
They say you're worth
Yeah,
two
it's equally as likely.
$2 million
Who,
on the
I am?
black market. Yeah, with
Why, what
your organs.
Yeah, your,
your
body
body?
is very valuable.
Which is really crazy because
$2
guess
million.
what? If you die in a plane, the company will only give your family up to $100,000. So if you're on the black market with that and you die
Right.
in a plane, you get your family the max they'll give you until they compensate $100,000. Oh, sorry, you died
Damn.
100. So that's not very much for your
'Cause
life.
they don't get very many body parts from the plane crash.
That's not very much for your life.
Dog.
Do you think they sell a lot of most people's body? Do you think they do?
I think it's really. I think when it comes to the elite,
Uh-huh.
when it comes to these people that are dictating how the world goes.
Red line, red line.
Huh?
Red line, red line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we still in a world? Is it true
Well-
that you can buy a human in this year 2019 if on the face of this planet is there a place on this planet where you can make a transaction for a human life?
Yeah.
You now
Yeah. Yeah.
All day. I guarantee.
Exactly, right?
There's a
It's almost
fucking
common knowledge that
there's
that's
a
like-
fucking truck stop
I-
down the way. I guarantee shit goes down there every fucking day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not good.
See, and that's scary to think that you're like, in what world where you can buy another human?
In the world,
Think
This
about
one,
that.
it's
Word.
a possibility in this one.
Don't
That's
make
called
table to
slavery.
show up on
That's-
stage.
Think about,
that's
like,
called
what if-
slavery. In what
Yeah.
world can you rape a bunch of little kids?
This
This
one.
one. This is
Right.
the one that
Well,
can actually happen.
But
in.
think about like
Which one can you have a unicorn in?
if you
Not
think-
this one.
So like,
yeah, that came for a different one. Go ahead.
Might
sorry.
have
it's
to
all
get
good.
one.
It's all good. Like, okay, so you say, why would Hitler kill all of the Jews?
Where's the
Right.
silver lining in that?
There is a motive. What's the motive, right? So
Right.
if there are these elite people and
Tired
they
of
are
talking about the
sacrificing,
Nazis. I'm tired of talking about Jesus.
I know.
Yeah, we
And
keep
they're
going. Keep going.
sacrificing-
Yeah.
No, I want to listen though. Go
Right.
ahead.
If they're doing sacrifices, right? What's the reasoning for that, right? Since how long have humans done sacrifices to the gods?
I'm gonna say almost to the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Some of those Mayan pyramids and shit are still stained like blood.
Yeah.
You know, they still have
And
the
do you think
guillotines.
that they were just doing that for no reason?
They still have the guillotines in France and shit. Yeah.
Were they just doing that for no reason?
No.
Is
No.
sacrifice an essential part of this world?
Blood magic.
Is human sacrifice an essential part of
I'm in the
the
dark.
existence of this world?
In the dark. In the dark. Have you seen that fucking YG video?
That's the question.
It's
What aliens do you want to work with?
Dog, the YG video has all this satanic shit.
I want to know more about this.
And then all the blood comes down, and then he like walks away like some like demons walk him through some gates and shit. Like they take him away, dog. It's such a dumb
you said no
song.
religion
In the
or what?
dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. No, I'm fucking around. We talk about it all the goddamn time, and
Yeah.
I will not.
I'm getting to it at the end.
I will
I
not
do feel that the religious debate
read.
never ends. There
I
is
will
actually
not
no
read
conclusion
that
to it.
Bible.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no
when you
conclusion
get
to
to
it.
the end of
It-
the rabbit hole, at the end of the bottom of the rabbit hole, it actually is all religion.
We were getting to the
And that
point.
sucks.
Dog,
What
we
do
were,
you mean?
Well, like when you're trying to like you're looking up this conspiracy and that conspiracy.
Oh, it's all about religion.
No,
in the
not
end?
really.
But
in
they,
the end.
but in the
In the
end,
end.
they used the Bible somehow, and we were getting to the point where he was sending me fucking verses
get
and
with the verses,
books
dog.
to look up, and I'm like, I don't want to look up anymore.
Because the verses have this deep meaning of.
Yeah.
We're talking about the firmament.
It's
What's that?
all.
Oh, what's the firmament? Yeah.
It's all. Ow, motherfucker!
Sorry. Well,
Pinch my finger.
don't get too close, bro.
We got 3 people. That's the. It's just, man, it's hard to deal with
All
all
right,
the time.
takes a 4-letter word.
I don't want to talk about 4 anymore. Okay,
And,
here we go. Wait, here we go.
4, 4,
No,
4.
I need
That's
this.
very-
I got my fake aliens, dude. I
No,
got
no,
my
no,
notes.
no.
Oh, fake
Here we go.
aliens.
Fake aliens, bro.
Yeah, Project
What
Blue
is
Beam.
fake aliens to me? You're gonna like this conversation. I know you are. It's not really religious. It's more about power
What do you
struggle.
mean fake though?
Okay, what I mean by a fake alien, then you can go into synonyms of fake, but a cosmetic alien, an alien that didn't derive outside of Earth, but has been constructed from Earth to look like an alien, went up and comes back down. Because oh shit, what are you? I'm cosmetic alien. I think that the
Or
word
I'm an
fake.
alien. They just say I'm an
Yeah,
alien.
how am I? Yeah, look, I'm an obviously, but fake alien. And I think Trump, what he did by doing fake, hopefully, is wake people up to a wealth war, the thing that everyone should really concentrate. All this trouble we have in this world is the power, and the power. They say money's power. So it's not a race war. It's not like that's what I say. If you're a white supremacist, your war. I could sit there and talk to you because I know that you might be just as poor as me. And so the real war, even though you're from here and I'm from there, you're the white supremacist and I'm just not. We're actually still on the same fucking side, dude, because we're both poor, being held down, and it's a wealth war. It's the major war. It's not a race war.
Or
So
a class war.
the,
yeah.
But what is the weapon of the wealth? Fake aliens. And Donald Trump let it out. He let it out if you're smart enough to pick it up. Because he has been given a lot of classified stuff.
Yeah.
And he is not a person who knows how to keep that in, but he also knows that if he tells it outright, oh my god, I just looked, he'll be gone. He will be gone one way or another. You can't give out the secrets, but he wants to declassify a bunch of stuff. It's clear as day he wants to declassify a bunch of stuff. And why? Because power. It's gonna go back to power, always gonna go back to power. And why does he want that Space Force? Fake aliens.
We need a
That
Space
fake
Force.
aliens.
So why? Okay, but with that being said, is it to get power or is it to save people? How do you feel? Because it's easy to
Okay,
say, "Oh, he's doing
okay.
this, he's doing that," but why? Why do you think he's doing it?
He's wealthy. And
You
the wealth
think
war,
he is?
The wealth war.
I don't think. I think he was at once.
He's
and then
wealthy enough. So he's wealthy enough to, and you know what? He might not have been wealthy enough, but he has become. Because of what, if you're the most powerful person in the world, then the power essentially is the secrets that you know. And so when
People won't fall for that though. You really think that people would fall for fake aliens, dog? You think they would fall for that?
I think the cover for the fake aliens would be something like, now we go talk Tom DeLonge. So I don't know if you can dismiss Tom DeLonge. As easy as
Well,
I
it gives
say,
away a lot
to
of
say,
information.
Oh, look how crazy Tom DeLonge has become.
But you know what?
I don't think you can dismiss him, because you don't know exactly what's going on.
But let me tell you.
There could be two options, and I'd like to explore. If Tom
Let
DeLonge
me
is
tell
telling
you.
the truth,
Let me tell you, though.
if Tom DeLonge was not.
Brendan.
And the two theories of what would happen, obviously telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
Brendan, let me tell you though, that interview was from like 2 years ago, and not a lot of stuff has come out, man. He must have fucked up. He must have did something wrong, because he seemed like he was hot. He was doing a bunch of shit. A bunch of YouTube videos were coming up, and then nothing came up.
I think that's important to remember, though, because I think who he is, if you use his existence as the movie Independence Day, he's that farmer who's been saying it the whole time. He's supposed to die down. He's supposed to go do crop dusting and be a.
But he was working with the White House.
Because that's when the fake aliens come out, and he goes, "Oh, I told you, I've been telling you, I was working with the highest this." It's okay to go down, World Al Yankovic style, come down and make your comebacks every once in a while, because at least I think that's his. If it's fake, that's where we're going with this. If Tom DeLonge is really a ploy to say that there's aliens, say he's been abducted, say, oh my goodness, this is all happening to me, it's because someone told him you're an actor and you're acting like this really happened to you. You're going to break up your band for it. It's so big. You're going to be rich and famous. You're not going to be let down unless you let us down, sir.
You got to talk to one of us. You got to look at one of us.
Okay.
You're just rambling, dog.
I'm listening.
You're rambling. You're rambling. Yeah, but still.
No, he's good. You're right.
Yeah, so if he was told this, if you're big and famous and they're like, you're the face of the fake alien movement, and you're like, what do you mean? Say they got to him during Dude Ranch, and they're like, listen, you're going somewhere. We need California to believe. Believe what? In aliens. And you're like, okay, how? Take California punk music, make it internationally popular, make him the face of that music, then tell him when your CD comes out next, there's going to be a song called Aliens Exist.
Right.
You're going to play that song, it's going to be on your CD. Later down in the line, because this is like, 2000 when this started, later down in the line, you're going to claim that you were abducted by aliens during the tour. You're going to claim that your band members are going to think the ape shit of you, maybe. They might be like, oh, listen, but blah, blah, blah. He was bringing in, what if they bring in reptilian Travis Barker, You go,
oh, shit.
What if they bring in a reptilian Travis Barker?
Travis Barker's a reptilian.
Because they did replace the drummer.
You heard it here first.
They did replace the drummer in the difference. So I'm saying, what if it is fake? If it's fake.
I think there are a lot of reptilian drummers.
Yeah, reptilians. Oh, you're looking at one. No, I'm just kidding. But no, so they have this play. I'm not saying all that what I just said is true. I'm actually just putting out a theory. So they have Tom DeLonge being the face of fake aliens, so that when the Wealth War, they have pop culture. He's the pop culture face, because even our congressmen and governors and the movie stars, they're not even the enemies. They are the shields and weapons of the, I guess what you call Illuminatis. They are like weapons. They're like cast like, go do this in government. Go make a movie like this. Go say this on your Twitter. Go. Mm-hmm. They're being conducted. So yeah, we get mad at them, but we also follow them, and that is the
I ain't following them.
You follow somebody. You are inspired by somebody.
Yeah, we talk about this.
Yeah. He's talking about the power of influence.
He's talking about the origination of ideas.
Yeah. So when Tom DeLonge suggests these things,
Brennan's coming in hot without watching.
Who told you to name your band this, right?
Yeah, who told you to name your band that?
Symbol?
Yeah.
Probably not me.
Yeah,
even though I might think it was me.
Right.
It could not have been me.
He's coming in hot.
He's
coming in hot with no previous knowledge of that. Of being on a different dimension, because what you're explaining is stuff that we all understand. So we gotta go. We gotta go past it. So what is something? Okay. I'm tired of hearing about what you know. Tell me what you don't know and what you're worried about and what you don't understand in the slightest.
Yeah, okay, the conspiracy that you're worried about.
Here's what I'm worried about. This is what keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
I'm worried about not a movie Endgame, but the real Endgame. Not the Battle of Winterfell on the show, but like Earth's Battle of Winterfell. I'm worried about that and the people that are getting up in age that are really like, I don't want to die. Like, imagine if you died in 2018 and you never got to see the ending of Endgame, and you never got to see the ending of Game of Thrones. You never actually got to see and you invested all those years, and you got sick and you died in 2018. Sad story for you. But all of us are like, oh, dude, some people are like that now. They wanted World War III so bad, and it seems like they're going to go out and die of old age before they got to see young men kill people with lasers. And that can happen right now. Old men can watch young men kill each other with modern technology. And they want it so bad because they're gonna just sit back in their nice castles in America and watch them all die. And that's awesome to them. Not to me, but because I might have to fight that, but it's awesome to them. So what keeps me up is them trying to promote the end game for amusement, knowing that it's just, what's human life? It's 10,000 if you die in a plane. It's 2 million on the black market. It's nothing if you're in the military and die. It's whatever
you signed up for it.
Yeah. It's
So do you think that there is a real end times or like an
I think there's a strategy.
Or...
I think I don't know if it's upon us. And this is why I think this way. I'm a B student in math and school in general.
Pretty
I feel like
good.
I was a B plus, A minus student.
Nice.
Which means that I noticed throughout my entire life when I arrive somewhere and when I click, there's probably like 3 or 4 people in front of me who clicked right. Those are the A students and the A plus students.
Okay.
So I'm used to knowing that when I get it, I look up and I've already seen someone else get it before me. So I use that and say when I arrive independently at a thought, there's probably a few people who arrived there before me. I did it independently, but there's probably if I think of this, we were talking about weaponizing your phone. How could the government weaponize our phone? If I arrive independently at the idea of them leaving on our mics to farm poor people's idea who are really creative but have no money, so that it keeps them poor since we're talking creativeness and they're milking it and they can hear it, but they have all the funds in the world to actually produce it. And I'm the most creative person in the world.
The notepad.
But they're stealing my ideas.
The notepad.
Whoever has our phone mics, whoever all the cell phones, everyone can, they can farm it. That's how I farm it.
Yeah.
They have a way to steal creativity.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty dangerous. That's a weapon. That's weaponizing your cell phone. I arrived there independently. That means probably someone did it before me. So it either currently exists,
right?
Someone's currently working on it, and I doubt I'm the first there, so it can't happen. So like unicorns, I'm not the first to arrive there, but it can't happen. I wish it could, but I don't know how. It can't happen. Time travel, it currently being working on, either exists or it can't happen. So I'm used to that kind of. I'm used to that. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to like arriving somewhere and be like impossible, being worked on, or currently exists. You know?
Yeah.
So when what you're talking about is this end game, the strategy for the end of the world. I think, since I arrived at it independently, that there should be a strategy by a government to seize power for the earth. Not just for them, but how would they seize power for the earth? Well, if I arrive there, then someone either thought about it for me, it's currently being worked on, or it can't happen. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, they thought about it before it's happening.
Okay.
It's being worked on because it's not happening, or it can't happen, you know?
Right.
So the theory for, now we go, so it can't happen, it can't happen. If it's happening, how's it happening? And if it can happen and they're working on it, what are they working on? Those are the ones that I want to talk about. And that's fake aliens to me. So if you want to take over all Earth, then you need to make sure that Earth is scared of something that's not from Earth. So you construct this cosmetic alien, send them up. When they come down, they look like everything the movies told us they would look like. Right. And they act like the movies said they would act like, and we're afraid like the movies said we would be. And now governments have to step in, and martial law has to step in. These cosmetic aliens can't, you guys can't be out on the streets. Cosmetic aliens are about. And that's wealth. How do you make cosmetic aliens? Lots of fucking money, lots of silicone, lots of slaves. If you can buy lots of lobotomies, lots of doctors, lots of government money. So you have this, and and fake aliens is the weapon the wealth may use. If there is a strategy to get power for Earth, that's the strategy, is using fake aliens to then say government must step in, must control the humans on Earth.
That sounds very three-dimensional.
We're going to protect you from
three-dimensional.
aliens. Therefore,
from fake
thank
aliens.
us for protecting you, for the threat we gave to you.
Right.
And we own you. Slavery exists now.
Right.
Or we'll kill you because you can't sack.
Oh, yeah.
We're all scared, you know.
Yeah,
so that's the thing. So if Tom DeLonge's being fed this to feed to everyone else, he's just the fake, the movement of the fake aliens. Now, if he's not, then there's obviously this other whole realm of no, dude, you're just seeing this totally wrong. Totally closed-minded.
Do you believe aliens though are real? Do you believe that
the ones that
I not fake aliens?
I know. The ones that I like to believe in, the ones that I like to think about as a good sci-fi theory would be the fourth D ones, the ones that don't walk around like you and me, ha ha ha. The ones that are like in that video game Portal. You throw a portal here and there, and you put your arm in here, and it comes out there.
Cool.
They're the aliens that go from their existence to our existence, and in a splickety split can take you back, abduct you, and put you back and abduct. That's the one I like. I don't like the ones from a different planet and everything. I like the ones that are interdimensional. You know.
Yeah.
So. I think
that's the only aliens
so
that exist.
if you can prove
Those are the
me
only
wrong
aliens that
on
exist.
that possibility, I won't believe that they exist ever. But I think that there's a probability. Some people say that the Earth is so small in this vast blanket of all of space, you know, that the probability is likely. But I don't give a sense about that. You know, like you can't. But there is that theory, like it's probable that there are aliens. Yeah, but I don't like those aliens anyway. So you know, the ones from
I ain't worried about those aliens.
different universe, you know,
Yeah.
unless if they are from a different universe, and that the reason they got here is they had that portal, that technology we don't have. You know, I like the higher intelligent aliens. I hate to think that aliens were really a bacteria under a rock, and we're like, oh shit, aliens exist. They're out here on Venus.
They may just
you
come
know, and
down
that's
here,
how
guys.
simple it was. It was a simple.
I think they could come down here, the real ones.
Yeah, I know. I'm open
The
to.
real
I'm
ones.
opening to having you tell me how they would attack, because I'm telling you how aliens will. How we as a human.
Well, I don't think they're gonna attack anybody.
Oh, they're not. They're peaceful aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, I think aliens exist to us to attack us through they're a weapon. I think aliens will be a weapon. That's why I think. So, but I would like to hear. So they're peaceful, they're benevolent. They're only looking to help us.
Well, right
or
now,
neutral, like nothing.
there's both, right? So for the longest time, for like the last forever, all the way back into our grandparents' age.
Before that,
for
Roman
a
Empire.
very long time, dude. The world, the Earth, and all the major powers, including the United States, has been dominated and controlled by negative alien archons.
Negative alien. Okay.
So these are interdimensional.
Mm-hmm.
They exist in the fourth dimension, and they don't have physical bodies. And that's one thing that they're jealous of humans, right? It's that
they're composed into a unit,
right,
and they're
we have
scattered
free
into
will,
millions,
and they don't, right? So they control us through mind control.
Okay.
And they've been doing that for a really long time, right? And so that's how they maintain control. Until recently, there was a liberation movement that happened. It's been going on for a long time.
They've been working on it, and it finally was successful.
This lady,
The
in her
LRM?
books, right? The LRM. This lady right here, she tells you about the 3 waves of volunteers. These are literally souls that chose to incarnate on Earth, knowing that their memory would be wiped, that they would be put into a body that they would not remember who they are, and then that they would have to remember who they are and what their mission is on Earth, and that would be part of the mission. That's why it's so hard, right? It's because there's a soul trap that the negative alien archons have in place.
That's just the coolest. This is cool. Yeah, keep going. Okay, that's that book's about, or is that just a general?
I mean,
She knows.
She knows about it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the
R.I.P.
just until recently. Yeah, she's passed away.
Dolores Cannon.
But
I would like on this
reason
show
why
here
Donald
and now
Trump-
to say that I would like to put myself in on a list of a person who would claim to be that I will claim here and now, and maybe till my dying breath, that the concept you just said, I would like to say I may be a candidate for that happening to me. And the only reason I can't confirm or deny it is, like you said, I just can't fucking arrive. I can't get the memory that tells me when I agreed to get into this bubble. Because if I could, I mean, sometimes it seems. I would like to say that I'm on track with what you're saying. On
Well,
a
I didn't make
personal,
that up,
I know on a
yeah.
personal level. So yeah, keep
Yeah.
going because
But
I
the
hear what you're
reason
saying.
why, yeah, Donald Trump, bring it back to him.
Yeah,
the
okay.
reason why it doesn't matter what he does, he can really do anything, right? Look at all the crazy shit that he's done. Oh, I'm gonna make Jerusalem the capital of Israel. and I'm
bad
gonna
news.
It's showing you that. Yeah,
That's the
you
worst
kidding me?
deed.
Look at these effects. I mean,
That's the worst.
Why-
That's the worst deed.
That's the worst thing.
Why wouldn't that have catastrophic
Why didn't
outcome?
it?
Right.
Why didn't it?
And that is because the benevolent, positive aliens recently took over control of planet Earth back from the negative alien archons after a very long time.
A lot of people think that Donald Trump is
And Donald
in
Trump
contact.
is in contact with positive benevolent aliens.
That's okay.
And he's being assisted by those positive benevolent aliens
To what?
To hunt down and find the rest of the negative alien archons, these reptilians.
Reptilians. Now we're getting to the reptilians.
Well,
I hear.
The reptilians are
Always been there.
from
They've
a
all-
long,
yeah,
a long,
the
long
lore
time
of
ago.
So if you believe the seeding asteroid thing,
That's the reptilian
that's
theory.
why they were there.
If you think that there are reptilians, it's really
And they got
a
blown up.
reptilian human hybrid
And they got blown up
from a long time ago
Right.
that evolved and evolved and then
because they said there
descended
was
after descended, generation after generation.
trace elements of a nuclear fucking bomb on Mars.
Yeah,
So they might have been dead.
right.
But-
they blew up Mars with
Yeah.
hydrogen bombs, 3 of them, dog.
3 of them. To try to
Long
stop
time
the
ago.
spread of the
The
reptilians.
reptilians.
Really?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
It was like another Earth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
That's
the,
why it's all crappy now.
there was
is
a lot
because
of
they
ages.
that's what.
They blew up the atmosphere.
That was
literally
older.
they burned the atmosphere of
That
Mars.
was the
They lit
third-
on
It
fire.
wasn't billions of years. That was a planet.
The
That was
third-
That
It
was
was
the
a
thing.
sustainable
the
planet.
third
That's the thing.
age of existence.
I want this video game. so
And
bad.
we're in the 4th age of existence.
Fourth age.
Right?
And they want to take us to the fifth.
They want to
So
take us
what's
to the
this
5th.
theory you have, or of knowledge of about how you've been put into a body knowing your memory would be wiped? Because if as a candidate for that, here's how I would say, and here's the things that make me feel that I should be a candidate. Okay, so I'll go. I don't know what the theory is. I'll look into it so I can be more accurate with how I describe myself. But there are times
It's like a,
when I
a
dream
Gnostic
of something
view.
super insignificant, but it comes to happen, and it's a one of the biggest times. It would be something like I know this is gonna happen if I do this, so I'm gonna do this. That way I can confirm it happened, and by therefore confirming in that over time, say I do that 100 times in my life, like, oh, I dreamed this. Oh, so all I have to do is, if I go get milk right now, I'm gonna spill the milk. I'm gonna go get milk right now. Oh shit! Look, wow, I didn't control that. Oh my gosh, if I get in my car right now, I'm gonna probably be stuck in traffic, kind of thing. Oh, I am. And then you can say, well, just the time of day, but I don't take any data. I just know because I dreamt of it, because of what happened.
It was in your brain.
So yeah, if I'm like, hey, I dreamt, literally in a few days I'm gonna die on a plane. I may have dreamt that, and if it happens literally in 2000, then since I'm saying this, hey, that this may happen, I may have had this dream, and then on the show, because I put myself in that candidate, now maybe you have some proof that, oh shit, that, and I'm putting my life on the line here of me being in this as a candidate. So I would be willing to say that I might be able to call how I die. I may be actually able to call how I die, and it's out of my control. And when I do, maybe and I document it, that might be people being like, he may have been that. So I'm not going to confirm or deny I am. I just like to put my head in my name on the thing.
I would say, hold on now. I want to just say, be careful with that.
I would.
Because
That's why I want to know. Why would I want to be careful if I'm
Well,
so sure that what
because
happened
there's
is
lots
I forgot everything.
There's lots of the optimal timeline reality theory. Okay?
But here's okay. Go ahead.
So there's multiple parallel existences that are all going on, right? There's literally like we're in a simulation right now, and then right next to us is another simulation of exactly the same exact thing.
And there's
except
one
I'm
next to it?
sitting there and
Yeah.
you're sitting here, right? And another one where Mike is sitting over here, right? Infinite number of those, right? And there's one where you die in the plane, and then there's lots where you don't die in the plane, right? So the idea is do not allow these negative thoughts or thought forms, right?
To form in this one.
To form into this one, right? Because if those overlap, right? If you keep following those things, then when it says jump off the bridge, you go and you jump off the bridge, right?
Because you convince yourself.
Right, you're like, this is what's supposed to happen.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. The
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm like, this job fucking sucks, I need to get out of here. This job fucking, and every day I'm sitting here telling me my job sucks and I'm not looking for the silver lining in my job. At some point, you're probably gonna quit your job, But if you have that like, or you can say like, my boss is out to get me, that's why I need to leave. And then when your boss says something, you're like, I knew it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're actually promoting your boss to come talk. That kind
What
of
do you
stuff.
think,
A
Mike?
dangerous topa.
Yeah, they got me with this. Mike got me with
With
this.
what?
Right? He helped me with waking up to this concept.
That concept.
To this concept of
A dangerous
a
topa.
dangerous tulpa, a dangerous.
Which
Thought,
express it
a
in a
thought
different way.
formation.
That comes through tuition.
If you, let's say you want to write a story, okay? And you want the character to be strong. You want the character to be smart. You want the character to, have like Hunger Games. It's a chick. She lives in a shitty world, but she's smart. She knows how to get in and out. Okay, that seems wholly positive, right? But it's not, because in order for someone to be strong, you are inadvertently manifesting heavy weight. You're inadvertently, for someone to be strong-willed, they'd have to have some adversity in their life that you are just, through no conscious thought, through your unconscious mind, creating. If she hunts, then that means you're creating a shortage of food. That means if she's the best hunter, you are also creating shitty hunters in your mind.
Right? You're creating
by definition.
I like how you're saying this, and this is what's going on.
Yeah. By definition, in your mind, you have created a world where she is better than somebody else. So if you created that other person, that fucking sucks.
Now let me blow your mind a little bit more.
Okay.
Because recently, this manifestation thing is really odd to me, right? I started noticing synchronicities and started following these different patterns and pointing them out, right?
Failed manifestors.
Failed manifestors. So that's
describe what that term means to me.
Well,
what should it mean?
Well, take it how you want to, but you can literally, here's what I believe: in order to incarnate on Earth, you have to be a master manifester. So, literally, all of us are co-creators. We are part of the source energy that created everything.
Everything,
right? And so we're like a little extension of that higher source energy, right? And so
a fraction of, therefore, because we're all okay.
Everything's like little fractals.
A fraction
of energy. Yeah. You're a piece of energy, and you can create and transmute and do alchemy. You can take two different things and can put them together and make a new thing, right? And that's magic, right? That's like literally alchemy. That's
alchemy.
So.
I play Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's what I'm talking about. That's in order to be here on Earth, you can do that. So you're driving down the road and you're trying to explain to your friend, like, we need to get a new chair, right? And then, boom, all of a sudden a chair for sale pops up right there on the road, right? As well, did you create that? Maybe.
Or was that chair going to be there?
Was it already there? I don't know. And you just subconsciously saw it as you were driving down that same road 2 days before, and it was always there.
I like the subconscious mind stuff, because the subconscious mind definitely keeps a lot that you can't recall and makes you like say something or do something that you like. How did I arrive there? Because it was sitting in your subconscious, and so it comes out through. Yeah, definitely.
That's what you got to watch out for, because if they end up being dangerous, then you
those
start, right.
I'm getting them with the memes little by little.
Me?
Yeah, you. I don't know what the fuck's happening either.
Yeah, the memes.
That's crazy. Well, dog, you got me on a new level, dude. That's crazy, man. I just say,
level, dude.
Look at for the folks at home. Tell them, thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Our very first guest. Welcome back. Close for lunch.
Episode.
What episode are we on, Mike?
25.
Are we gonna talk about the
24.
We're gonna talk about that Endgame war and how it's gonna go down, though.
Oh, well, that's what I was saying. Will you believe that there is a real Armageddon, end of the times, end of the world? Is that what you're saying?
I think that there is a World War III.
I think for
there's a theory of how to start World War III that people want to see happen. And now we go back. I started like that Trump stuff. I think because he's that kind of guy, he wants to get to the point. He does want to get to the point.
I think he's too dumb for the point. But I know what you mean.
How'd you describe him? Because he does want to get to the point, but he's gonna do it like who from Game of Thrones?
Oh, Stannis.
He's gonna be like Stannis from Game of Thrones. He wants that. He wants
he's
that.
Too early.
But he might come a little too early.
He's too early, and he's too dumb. He's not the best guy for it.
He might be.
Yeah. Listen, for $20 million, you can be Ant-Man.
Really?
Wow.
You control little insects with the shrimp program. That's
I heard you saying that.
Oh,
I heard you talking
with that.
I'll leave you guys with the shrimp program. Look it up. All capitals,
and I'll leave you
shrimp.
with this. Because a lot of people ask when you talk about this stuff, and I like to watch it, and I hear people ask, how do you know? How do you know?
Shrimp.
You know when you get into conspiracy theories, people, how do you know?
Shrimp.
Who's telling you this?
Right.
Who's telling you this?
Right.
And I want people who watch this show that maybe talk to somebody else and they go, "You're a wackadoo. How do you know?" I want you to feel like comfort in having an answer like this. to know is to have already gotten confirmation. I know because I've gotten confirmation. No need to prove how or where or what that confirmation looks like. Unless if it's a must, maybe it saves your life if you prove it or something. But you don't need to prove to people where you got your confirmation from. If you know, then you have already received confirmation. That's it.
Yeah.
So when
That
you guys
sounds
say,
good.
I know this, this is what I know. When we talk about theories, if you know something, if you believe something that maybe someone else doesn't believe, yeah, you don't need to explain where you got your confirmation from or why.
My man.
To know is to know.
My man, I
To know
like
to
that.
know,
A
bro.
lot of it
Half
comes
the
out of my
day.
brain from
A lot
nowhere
of
land.
yeah,
dog.
exactly. With the butts and the cheeks and the cheeks and the butts. This was turning on porn. Yeah, we're going. Yes. Oh,
Close
then
for fucking lunch, dog.
Close for lunch. What are you putting porn on?
God damn it.
It's not. Look at it. It's YouTube.
God damn
They
it.
actually
You
allow
too?
it? They allow it on YouTube?
Booty
What is
clapping.
this?
Booty clapping.
Sexy ass ladies.
She has.
Oh, you better not censor our video for this.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would make me so
1.7
upset.
thousand
Doesn't
likes.
she have like a less views than you think she should have though?
100,000.
Yeah, but like the butt, like don't you think that butt deserves a little more?
44,
Hey, I like the 26. It's
44 down.
126.
44
it's
down.
126, bro.
Thumbs down.